First on 11 Alive.
Everybody's just been real shaken, scared.
Strong storms, which included at least one tornado, barrel through our area overnight, uprooting trees, leveling homes.
We have not even begun to see the full extent of that damage.
Lasting for much of this Sunday morning.
We've got another wave of really strong storms moving into the LaGrange area.
And the recovery is underway.
Stand assured that we're doing everything we can to make sure that the public's safe.
The latest on this powerful punch from Mother Nature starts right now.
11 Alive News at 11 p.m. starts now.
And welcome, everyone. I'm Jeff Hullinger. Tonight, the skies over Georgia remain our top story as an active weather pattern has caused plenty of damage in parts of the 11 Alive viewing area in North Georgia, and it is still active right now. We have team coverage for you. We start by getting the very latest on this new round of rain. Our chief meteorologist, Chris Holcomb, and meteorologist Nicole Hartford are front and center.
Yeah, Jeff, we have been dealing with severe thunderstorms throughout the evening hours that have been producing some large hail, also some strong winds. And then the bigger threat right now is the very heavy rain that's moving through our area. And we have even more rain that's going to be coming in. So this heavy rain's coming in on spots that have already experienced a significant rainfall from earlier today. And we'll zoom in here closer to the city. You'll be able to see this green polygon right here. Many of you in the city may have had the emergency alert system on your phones go off a little while ago. That was because of this flood warning, flash flood warning that is in effect. That includes much of the downtown area. It goes down into South Fulton County, northern parts of Clayton County, extending up into Gwinnett County, Clayton, DeKalb, Fulton, and also Gwinnett County. This is a flash flood warning in effect until 4:30 in the morning. Significant rain. We have had reports of some water rescues and some ramps on the connector and on 85 that have been flooded from all of the heavy rain that's moving through. We also continue to watch that moderate to heavy rain continue to move up toward the north. Now, we did have a severe thunderstorm warning that just expired in parts of Hall County and also into Banks County. They have not issued a new one here in those areas, but still some really heavy rain up around Gainesville to Jefferson to Commerce there in Banks County. That's moving up toward the north and east. Very heavy rain, plenty of thunder and lightning with that. And then elsewhere, as you can see what we're watching here, also down to this west of us, back into Alabama, stretching on up into Noonan, additional very heavy rain coming in. I want to take you live right now to our Storm Tracker Thunder Truck. This is right there near the Buford Highway connector, moving down onto 85, where you can see the heavy rain that is still moving through that area right now. And again, we've had some sporadic reports of some ponding on the road, some cars that have stalled out in some of this water on the roadway. Another tower cam that I want to show you right now is in Noonan, where we see very heavy rain coming down right now in the Noonan area. Of course, dark there. We have some thunder and lightning with this in those spots as well. Nicole Hartford joins us right now. Nicole, what I'm really concerned about tonight is all of this rain, all the water, the flood threat that we have. And of course, it's very dark, and we're advising people, if you're out tonight and you see water on the road that's covering the road, don't drive through it. You just don't know if the road underneath is washed out.
That's right. In addition to all the heavy rainfall that we've seen, we're leading to a lot of flooding issues, especially across the Atlanta metro area with all the water. And there's still more to come. So we have that flash flood warning for the Atlanta metro area, but there's also a flood watch that will remain in effect until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning for portions of the state down towards the south of I-20 and then also out towards Athens. This means that with heavier rainfall and with additional accumulation, we could see more flooding issues develop. So if you are going to be out on the roads late tonight, early tomorrow morning, especially while it's still dark, you need to drive slow. It's harder to see if there's standing water at nighttime, and just make sure you don't drive through any of it. We have that flood risk, which is turning into our primary concern, but there's still the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms. So there is also a severe thunderstorm watch that remains in effect for the Atlanta metro area, portions of our region that will be in effect until 1 o'clock this morning. So just a couple more hours left on that severe thunderstorm watch. Chris.
And Nicole, folks are going to be hearing the rain on their roof for a big part of the nighttime hours tonight as those additional waves of rain come in from Alabama. Stay with us. We're going to keep tracking those waves pushing through. We'll have much more for you as to whether or not this will linger into tomorrow morning. Jeff, you know, it's been a long day today. That first wave of rain came in early this morning that gave us that confirmed tornado and a lot of damage south and west of the city.
We appreciate all the coverage that you have given us. You've had a very long day into tonight, and we will be checking in with you in a couple of minutes. Earlier today, storms hammered counties south of Metro Atlanta. Right now, we know of at least one tornado which touched down today. That was in Troup County near the Georgia-Alabama state line. About 100 buildings were damaged, with at least 30 uninhabitable. So far, there have been 5 reported injuries, all minor, no fatalities. And tonight, Governor Kemp has issued a state of emergency, opening up additional resources needed for the recovery and cleanup efforts. And we have just learned that the governor will be touring damage tomorrow in Milledgeville and West Point. Today's steady rain enveloped those in Troup and Meriwether counties who took on damage from this morning's tornado. 11 Alive's Karis Belger was in West Point talking with people there upended by these powerful storms once again.
It literally sounded like a train coming through.
This is all that's left of the motel Divyesh Patel says his family owned for the last 50 years.
I actually pinched myself 2 or 3 times to make sure I was not dreaming, because I would never have thought of that this would be happening to us.
A strong tornado touched down on West Point Road in Troup County early Sunday morning, ripping trees up by the root and decimating buildings, including this church. Patel says it was still dark when he and his wife were forced to shelter in their young daughter's bathroom to wait out the storm.
A whole bunch of debris, glass shattering and everything.
As the sun rose, families attempted to assess the damage, trying to make sense of what they called a morning of chaos. Multiple rain showers throughout the morning meant recovery had a slow start.
I know it's a very frustrating time for the people of West Point, Troup County, LaGrange. This is the 3rd tornado we've had in a 2-month span.
Authorities estimate between 80 and 100 homes were damaged during the storm, with close to 30 of those homes, like this one, being a complete loss. Power crews spent hours trying to restore electricity to those homes that were still standing.
We're doing everything we can to make sure that the public's safe, continuing our response to this.
Meanwhile, Divyesh says he's hoping to reopen his family business, but he's thankful he and his loved ones are safe. In Troup County, Karis Belger, 11 Alive News.
And today we received plenty of images from the storm and its aftermath. Scott May shared what the damage looked like from his vantage point. It was just east of I-85 heading toward Warm Springs. Meanwhile, over in Pike County, Kelly Lorraine saw her front lawn inundated. We want to see your weather pictures, your wow moments, and the easiest way to share them is on the 11 Alive Storm Trackers Facebook group. It is a great way to interact with our team of meteorologists and get your photos and videos on the air. Staying safe when severe weather hits, always important, but in Troup County, it also came with watching out for escaped tigers. The 2 tigers broke out of the wild animal safari just outside of town of Pine Mountain. And the Troup County Sheriff's Office says it got the report about the tigers being on the loose, but still inside the park. Deputies eventually were able to track down the big cats and tranquilize them. No one was hurt. The tigers were returned to a secure enclosure. Earlier today, the Chief Marshal for the Troup County Sheriff's Office described how those wild giant animals broke free.
The tornado hit Animal Park, Wild Animal Park, and it hit it hard. There's trees everywhere, structures completely demolished, fences down. Damage is pretty intense, and that's how most of them just got out.
Further east, the storm damage continued and even pinned some people inside of their damaged homes. 11 Alive's Bobeth Yates continues our team coverage tonight.
The strong storms came through Meriwether County, toppling trees and destroying homes. In fact, this roof used to be on that house.
All of a sudden, everything just hit us. I mean, it wasn't no warning, just loud noise. You could hear the wind. It was strong.
Bobby Jeff Williams says he and his family are lucky to be alive after the powerful storms ripped through their property. His wife Dawn walked us through the damage.
The pop-up camper, it's totaled. This was halfway up on top of the house, and the boys had to bring it down.
And the carport wasn't the only thing damaged.
That's a building. It's supposed to be flipped this way.
All over the property, things were tossed and destroyed. This trailer even landed on a car.
It flipped up. The tongue of the trailer hit my car on the hood, completely crushed the A-pillar, shattered the window, busted the windshield, and yeah, we ain't gonna be able to fix that one.
Jacob Williams says his 1991 Geostorm is no longer in production, so he won't be able to have it repaired. Multiple large trees also fell, one on another car, even the house. And the Williams family is not alone.
It has not been confirmed yet through the National Weather Service, but either a tornado or some kind of straight line wind event. We have approximately 5 to 6 homes that are completely destroyed and more that are either moderately or majorly damaged.
Meriwether County Emergency Manager Brim Jones says some residents were also trapped for a short period of time, but luckily there are no reported injuries. In the meantime, Bobby Jeff has advice for others.
Don't take it lightly when they send these alarms and things out. When it comes, it comes. It's not going to say, hey, I'm almost here, let you know. It just happens.
Again, Meriwether County officials say there were no injuries, luckily, but they say this cleanup will take some time. Bobeth Yates, 11 Alive News.
And tonight we learned that schools in both Troup and Meriwether County schools will remain closed tomorrow on Monday. While Georgians begin to rebuild after today's storms, people in Mississippi spent a second straight day recovering from a massive tornado strike. Tonight, the death toll in that state now stands at 25. Search and rescue crews resumed the task of digging through flattened and battered buildings after hundreds of people were displaced, particularly in the badly damaged community of Rolling Fork. Earlier today, Mississippi's governor assessed the damage and tried to tell those living in his state that help is on the way.
What we've seen over the last 36 hours in Mississippi, on the one hand, has been heartbreaking to see the loss and devastation of these communities, but on the other hand, has been inspiring and gives me great reason for optimism, and quite frankly, makes me damn proud to be a Mississippian.
Earlier today, President Biden issued an emergency declaration for Mississippi, making federal funding available to the hardest hit areas. As always, make sure you stay with us. Weather aware by staying connected to the 11 Alive News app. If you don't have it, all you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to the App Store to download our app for free, and then you can turn on weather alerts for your neighborhood. We have more coming your way. When we return, we will hear how people wager on whether a bill to make sports betting legal in Georgia has a chance to become law.